ClayGarden by Hima. Let's tackle this giant ball. I let it dry until today. It's been like about 3 days. In case if you haven't watched my previous live, this is dried. Um, More than definitely leather hard. So we should be able to tackle drying this, and I'm able to lift this. I just got it. So let's see, how is it down here? So funny. Okay, let me show you. This is um, this is the form. We do have. I placed it on this bed, and there is a small gap. So lifting it is like really heavy, but this is what it is. And yeah, there we go. It's just popped off right away, but this is looking so good. I guess I never trimmed this big of a bowl, but it can surely be handled if I put something heavy. But I have a better idea to start with because this is also another one that I haven't trimmed. So let's take care of this before we get used to this big one. Okay, I will let it sit on my kiln. Looking really good, in a good shape, and really big. That's really big. But yeah, how is it going on, everyone? Hope you are doing really good. I am doing awesome. I just feel like this one is completely dry. Look at that, with water and without water. This has to be definitely left as like a holding piece of mug, like small cup that we can hold. And yeah, and just slowly center it. Okay, that looks good. Now we have to make sure that it is hold in place completely. Let me bring this one closer so you get a better look. There we go. I don't need this one. I can pull it even closer to them. Hi everyone, welcome everyone. We are dealing with a big bowl situation. It's really big and heavy. Let me show you. So before I trim this one, I wanted to tackle the small bowl, or not bowl, it's a cup, but it's really big. Like, look at that. That's how big it is. You can put like a whole bunch of things in it. Um, but yeah, I can use like a very good food bowl. Like, it's more than, it's bigger than my face, for sure. Like, look at that. That's definitely bigger than my face. But yeah, thank you for all the hearts. But yeah, let's take care of this little guy, and then we can take care of this one. I'm gonna put that one a little far behind so that we don't accidentally touch it. Like literally, when I'm working on that one, it's bigger than the size. Are you Indian? Yes, I am. How are you? I'm a human. And yes, I'm from India. Put the accent of what? This one is completely dry. But then I think we can keep adding some water, and then we'll be able to, if you were stranded on an island, which three items would you take with you? Like, that's an interesting question. So, what three items do I have? warfare or warfare 07. Wow, okay. Okay, I'm not supposed to apply too much water to this one, at least with the sponge, because what happens with that is it's gonna bring out all the grog, which is going to be like really rough in this area. So I'm not applying too much water. That way I can make this one look smooth and soft. So I'm taking my basic tool to just trim it. It looks very powdery. Um, It looks very powdery. I wish you all the very best, Warfare. Unfortunately, I am not. So I hope you find a very good one. Okay, so this one is like very powdery, meaning it's very, yes, I am. It's very like completely dried, but I did apply a little bit of water. To whom? To my husband. Awesome, right? Um, but when I just carve it, it just like it just goes all over the places. Like look at my fingers, like they're very powdery and it feels really good actually. So keep continuing to trim. I really like the shape of this one. Um, awesome. Wow. Okay. Definitely not those. This is the shape that I actually feel like it's really cool because I never actually planned on getting this one, but I really like this shape. So I hope I'm gonna be not trimming too much or trimming through this little guy. I just normally come from like the bottom. Uh, okay, look at that. That's really good. I really like the way that it is centered so that I don't have to like keep it moving here and there. That was quick actually. Very quick. And then maybe at times I will pat it rather than just moving it with my sponge. I'll just pat it so that I'm not like scraping off like the grout from here. But yeah, like just keep patting it with just a little bit of water, not too much, okay? And like keep going from the bottom to the top once again. I'm like slowing down my wheel so that it will be easy enough for me to kind of get uh, going with trimming, like from the bottom, and then I still like just the top area is where I feel like it's wet, but then the rest of the layers it's all like dry. Okay, let me show you the scraps that I have. And these are like when I just take off the clay. Um, this is the clay pieces that I get, right? But then when I'm trimming right now with this dry one, I get like very powdery, like very powdery. I don't know, it's hard to see, but yeah, it's very powdery. Um, let's just keep doing. It's very like, I hope you can see, but yeah, it's like very, if you can see, it's like very going, very powdery, powdery, powdery. I'm not supposed to breathe this, but I'm not, like, it's not that light. It is not flying in the air, but definitely it's not, it's not good for your health to do it this way. So I'm adding just a little bit of water, like that, and then just keep continuing from there. And now it's not gonna fly because it is sticking to my tool. Can you sing a song? Can I sing a song? I can definitely sing a song, but I'm not really sure if that is what this channel is about, unfortunately. Ta-da! Okay. This will probably like take a little bit longer because see, like one layer that I make it wet, it will still have a bit more clay underneath. Like just the top section is where it takes up too much of water, and that's what I am shaving off. So I have to keep applying water. I'm just going to be a little bit of. We definitely need to use my mud tool that I have. Ta-da! And then let's take it from there. So it's going more of a round shape, whereas my, what shape do I have? It looks something like this. I don't know if you can see it, but that started something like that. And now I'm going somewhere like this one. Well, we'll see how we're gonna get. Those are some of the drawings that I did, which I do like to draw some things. When I think of some shapes, I just wanted to come up with some ideas and then just go from there, I guess. But not all the time I start with that, but sometimes I feel like it's gonna help. When I sit here, it is going to give me some inspiration to start, and then I go from there. But for our big bowl, I feel like we need something to lift the height and then start from there. I'm still kind of finding what would be the better one. I have an idea, but I guess we have to see if it's gonna work. I made one and then it's sitting there. Maybe I can use that as a chalk and then I can go from there. Yeah, no doubt that this is going like a circular one. I've also realized that this mud tool does the same thing as bringing up all the grog, which is like very particles that just stay. Like rather than being soft, it'll be like a little groggy. It has like a sand-like structure inside the clay. A little bit more mixture of that. But that's what this one is bringing up, versus my other tool, it smoothens it out so much. that's definitely, we're going somewhere, but I have to do my tap testing. That's like a fully filled pot, which means I can still go a lot more. So let's get this real quick. Wow, okay, now this definitely needs more water. Because the clay is like flying away. The powdery pieces, particles, whatever, is like flying away. Let's hope that I'm not going to trim all the way inside, because I really like the shape of this. So let's hope. Fingers crossed. Like super good. Very good shape. Okay, so the next thing is I'm gonna take my pin tool from the caddy, and like we're gonna draw 2 lines, which is my focal reference, that I don't shave off any clay beyond, like this is going to be my inside inside reference, and this is going to be my outside reference. So I have to make 2. And then start just carefully shaving off the clay. Let's just do okay. I'm trying not to hit the my reference one. So far we're doing so good. So let's just start doing inside, which is a bit scary. Come on. Okay. And then slowly and gently just start going inside. And then this way we're not going really rogue. And it's going to be handled. Like we need to, in reference to this tool, we have to make sure that we're not going too deep inside this. Sometimes it's very easy, but guess what? Like I get more accidents with my trimming inside happens when my clay is at the leather hard stage, but they normally don't. Normally I don't get that if it is about of this dry. If it's like super dry, it's very tricky to like, yeah, there won't be too many trimming accidents that can happen. Why do it at this stage? Look, like it's very satisfying. It just feels like I am doing very calming video right now, but yeah. Okay, let's just, should I bring it closer so that you can get to see, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to take off this clay so that it won't fly off. There. Let's see if I have it. I'm gonna do, there we go. That way I'm not like letting clay go all over my splash pan. Is totally fine, but then I don't want the clay to be flying away. Every once in a while I have to go back and forth. And like we just come back once again to the inside. This is good in two ways. When this one is completely, like I said, dry, it's good for two reasons. One is like I don't let my tool accidentally cut too much of clay. And then the second one is that um, I don't have to keep this one sitting on my shelf for too long because it is already dry. Right, so yeah, two best reasons. But then I think there are like cons too, which is I'm not supposed to breathe this, which is not good for my lungs. But I'm trying to do that slowly so that I don't breathe all this clay. And that could be the other one, which it's gonna take a few more minutes, like a few more extra minutes to trim off. But I do get like good control of what I'm doing. Okay, that's looking really good. Just let me go a little bit more. Okay. Okay, I think we're close. Close to getting this thing done. Okay, just checking if I'm smoothing it out inside or not. Whoops. Not again. Want to see what happened? There was a hole, which is a trimming accident. Or I call that trim happy. Come on. I was this close. It is super like perfect. But then that is so sad. Very sad. So this is not going to work. I mean, if it is at a leather hard stage, maybe I'll be able to fix it, but I should let this go. That's very sad thing. But we can always make new pots. It's pottery. Anything can happen. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Gosh, I do have a bigger one, big bowl that I'm gonna be trimming. So let me grab something to put it on the top because this one is a bit big in size. Like this is definitely bigger than my hand. So I cannot completely put it like this because my wheel is definitely smaller than this thing. So I do need to grab the one that's sitting right there. I'm gonna bring it and like I'm gonna put it on the top and try to do it carefully, which is scary, but we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do with this one. I hope I'm not gonna break this. That's my fingers crossed. That's my whole intention, not to break this. Okay, so I do have two bigger pots obviously I'm going to use these as my chucks. And then, so I think this is going to probably work. We will see. This is also like another big pot that I made, obviously, but then this one broke while it went inside the kiln. But this is such a wonderful piece, so I don't feel like trashing it. And here's another situation that I fired it, and then during the firing, like I'm putting it inside the kiln, and this accident happened that I accidentally touched it with another piece and it cracked, but I really love this, so I just kept it with me. Okay, so our plan is to put this guy back slowly, and like we're going to put it like this and then center this. I'm going to make this one act like my chuck, which is what's going to help me to lift up from my splash pan, and yeah, it's going to help me to okay, so this one is centered, and let's see, fingers crossed once again, because flipping this is also a bit of a situation. Have to be, and there was like this beautiful detailing inside, so I wanted to make sure that I'm not accidentally doing something to this bigger pot. Oop. Scary, like I said. I don't really know how to put it because it's very fragile right now. And this one is not. Maybe I should use a towel to not get this one hurt. Okay. Let's see. I put something like that because I don't want it to hurt this bowl. Like I said. Gosh. Okay. Very tricky to handle. And I cannot put all the weight on one side, which is what's going to happen if I handle it. Okay, that's much better. Let's see how we're gonna, okay, let's make sure that we're centering this properly. Okay, this one seems to be a bit centered. It's really hard with my towel on the bottom. It's really hard to see if it is completely centered or not, but thank God we made it sit properly. And then let's start. This is where I would use my rib to gently shave off uneven spots, which there are quite a few. I don't know if you see, but this is all uneven spots, and it's not definitely in a circular shape. This is going to help me to get at least close to circle, and then we can go from there. But like I said, this one is like really big bowl. And in case if you want to know what happened with this is, it was a challenge given by my kids, and I took it. I meant to make it like a big plant planter. Not big, at least, somewhat closer, but then I ended up making a bowl because I don't know if the clay that I have is going to be enough for my plant pot. So yes, I got I got away from that to this. But I really like this one, so I'm gonna keep it, and hopefully we're not gonna make it break. So let's see what we can do with this. What do you think we're gonna do? Keep it? Like, are we gonna successfully trim it? Any guesses? Okay. This one is about like probably 20 lbs of clay. Definitely. I haven't measured it, but it is definitely heavy from when I started. With all the shavings, of course, it's going to lose some weight, but definitely big enough to what I've ever thrown. This was my previous, okay, let me show you. Okay, this one is already glazed, and this is like my bigger piece that I've ever thrown. And look how small it is on this one. And this is, I don't have a measure, but look at that. It's bigger than my arm, like my finger. Gosh, I can't, I can't come up with the right words when I'm doing live. Mostly, words just fly away from my head. Why? Why? Right when I need it. Okay, come on, I got this. I kept it like really. We did this on Monday, and this is already Thursday. So yeah, it has been drying since Monday, Monday night. And the weather has a bit of humidity, so it didn't completely dry off. Like I'm still getting some really good swirls, which means it has some moisture in it. And it's really just the right way for us to trim. But like I said, there are some uneven spots in the wall because when I'm pulling the walls, I ran into a few challenges. Like in some areas, the clay is very dry, so it's hard for me to pull the walls. And in some areas, it was really soft. So if I apply the same pressure wherever the clay is hard, like I don't know if you can see on the camera, but this is where like it's very bumpy, but then other spots it's very nice and even. So I applied a very hard pressure to pull the walls, versus on these areas. That's why there is a bit of a dent here also, because I applied like too much pressure in where I have very dry clay, and I applied less pressure when I don't have to apply that much because the clay over here is soft. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but there are some spots that I am supposed to be handling it gently, but I had to put much pressure because I was trying to get, and my wheel is going too fast because it's centering and pulling not too fast, but at least at a minimal speed where it's hard for me to catch where it's bumpy and where it's not. So definitely tricky with the clay. There was some challenges with this clay. Look at the perfect swirls. Those are so good. If I do it a couple of times, it's going to give me even walls. And then I don't have to struggle as much as I am right now. All the dry clay is also going to be softened. So, yep. And then wherever it's kind of like getting stuck is where I need to do it very gently, because that is where this can fly off. Like, yeah, even a smallest mistake is going to be problematic. Oh. Let's see if we can bring our mud tool, because I feel like that's going to help us. Look at those perfect swirly swirls. Wow. I know I get like very trim happy, and then I just go a little faster with the speed of the wheel, which is the primary um, thing to get these. But yeah, because it's a big one, I can go a little slow and make sure that I'm not actually going inside, but you never know. Let me know if you have a question. Like, probably I do have questions when I was working with my teacher. Like, how would you know when to stop? She just gave me an answer of like, you just have to get an understanding of when you're placing it or when you're centering it. Try to feel the walls inside, and then you get to get an understanding and like keep checking it. But then the centering itself is very hard for me when I was starting. Now I feel like I am somewhere, ooh, look at those, somewhere in the middle, so I'm not struggling as much, and definitely not taking me like an hour to center, but it is definitely a bit tedious process. Yeah, that's why I've learned to do tap centering, meaning not tap centering, but finding out how much clay can I still trim off. You see that difference? That is, that means there's very little clay. I mean, little clay that I can shave off. Hear that? That means there's a lot more that I can shave off. Again, you hear that? That's the difference. And over here, I left intentionally a bit more clay just so I can get like my nicer foots. But yeah, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but that's how I have learned. I'm going super fast and my swirls are like flying away, but that is like, okay, let me see if I can show you. It's like an earpiece. Oh, it's like a pasta rings, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This one is like jumping, bumping all over, but it's so satisfying, you guys. Oh, so satisfying. Slow down, slow down. I'm going so fast, but then I'm getting like some areas. I can feel them. I hope you can see them through the camera, but I can feel them a little bumpiness. With okay, so whenever I get like too much of clay, that means it's more bumpier. Okay, look at that. That means it's more bumpier, and that's where you're going to trim off too much clay. But then the problem is, if you apply the same pressure towards the other sides where you don't need, or when we don't have too much bumpiness going around, that's where it's going to be challenging, because obviously we don't have to shave off too much clay from there. So go there slowly, gently, and even slower if possible to save the pots. I do have one more spot, but it's getting. Okay, let me see if I can use my rib. Sorry. I'm seeing again a big chunk. experimenting different angles of my rig. Okay, let's try the other way around. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. Good. Again, this is really good. Like lifting it gives me an understanding of how big or how much there is the clay rice. But then obviously I cannot see how much of walls are there inside. But this is kind of like very, very ASMR process. There's no doubt that trimming is my favorite, which is also kind of a problem that there's always a good chance that I will go like deep inside. More than I'm supposed to be doing. And if you have a question of like why trimming primarily, right? Like the shape, sometimes you like the shape, but then trimming does gives you an idea of like making the piece lighter. Like for example, this one is a trimmed piece versus I don't have any not trimmed pieces, but this is like very beautiful, lightweight. And then it's going to like you're going to see beautiful footrest like this one, and you can see really nice designs, and you get like a good experience when your cup is lighter. So that was the reason why I can shape, I can trim off, and keep trimming, not breaking. I'm trying to catch those bumps and then take out too much clay from that bumps itself. Sometimes I feel like I can just stop right there and like just do that rather than going to the other spots where it's not uneven or I don't have to shave off too much. Which is not a bad idea, right? Like I guess I just came up with that, which is going to make it a little even in other spots. Because this is where I feel like it's a bit bumpy and there's one more spot here. Let's just do that. That way we're like just doing it in the right spot and not doing too much from the others. Yeah. You get to think out of the box sometimes, right? Okay. Let's just keep a little bit trimmed in the bumpy areas, and then okay. Okay. That feels much better. Much better in some areas. There's still just a bit more. Just targeting those areas, not like going and trimming off a whole bunch of clay from all the spots, which is going to like make my pot so fragile, make my bowl so fragile. But yeah. Sometimes for me, going so fast is also helpful, which is absolutely not something that I can do with the small things, small pieces that I'm doing. But going a little bit faster is going to help me to uh, like not trim too much, but then trim a little bit more from those bumpy spots. If it is a smaller piece, definitely it's going to fly off if it's not secured properly. But yeah, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining. And I hope you are learning something or knowing more about clay, which is what I feel sometimes sharing. And I do get some of the pottery people joining our live too. I get to learn from them if they're doing anything different from what I do. And I always feel like it's more of a satisfying process for pottery people to watch the clay process or how the clay undergoes, but I'm not really sure if there's like non-pottery people that watches too. If you do, what's your primary reason to watch? Is it so satisfying, or like you wanted to know or start pottery? Is that like satisfying to watch? Which again, for most of the people, it will be very satisfying also. Yeah, let me know. What do you think? I feel like we're in a good shape right now. Yeah, not just making, but then trimming is going to take its own time. Trimming is like you're essentially taking just a very thin layer of clay, but then if there's too much, it will take too much of time. We have to leave about like maybe 12 mm or like maybe more than that. I mean, I haven't measured, but I feel like that would be a good amount. If you want to play with different textures or if you want to do carvings and things like that. At least you need like that much of clay left behind. Okay, okay, now it looks so good. Once again, let's go with our, this is going to help with like, you know, softening the entire thing. And I feel like we're at a point where either we find where the heavy particles of clay are still there or stopping it to have uneven walls, or we get to smoothen it out so that we don't see uneven spots. It's good. It's going without taking any more clay. Hi Niroshan Bandara. How are you? I know I see some comments from you. How is it going on with you? I never tried to say your name right. I don't know. I mean, I did try, but I don't know if I'm saying it right. But okay, that looks really good. What's up? What's going on? How's your day, or morning, or evening? Just trying to holo. Holo. Oh my gosh, look at those beautiful clay scraps. Now that we took like good care of the walls, like I said, it feels good. There's not too much of uneven spots. Maybe I spoke too soon. There are some areas. What is this? Oh, this is like a giant bowl that we did on the other line. Let me show you what's inside. I just flipped it and I hope I'm gonna put it back the spot right where it is. But yeah, there we go. That's like a really big bowl. I'm trying to trim it. I did that. Yay! So this one is like upside down. I'm trying to trim it and like make a good foot. Again, it is definitely lighter, but we started off with 20 pounds of clay, which is 10 kilos, or maybe a little bit more or less. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Do you do pottery, Niroshan? Nice. Okay, let's tackle the bottom. Yes, I feel like, okay, let's just do our trick, which is drawing two lines. Wow, did I make it off-centered? It did not feel too much. Maybe it's some spots. Let's fix that if we can. Okay, that looks okay. Which means that is making me to doubt. Because I'm trying to make it and it feels like a little off-centered, the spot. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely our first one. It just goes completely in a different direction. We'll see. Okay, I tried to put like a very thicker foot for this one, especially. The reason is because we know it's a big bowl and we get extra security if we do that. I mean, come on, this is a bigger one, so even if we're trying to keep it safe, we need to make the foot look a little bigger. I think there is, I hope I'm not gonna get too many, because in some spots I'm seeing like the air bubbles, which is popping right now, which is not a good thing. If I have air bubbles, it's gonna destroy the piece, which is, like I said, not a good sign to find at this point. When we are making this piece, that's when I can simply pop off. But right now, it's going to make like a hole. And again, much better than finding it later, because then once it's fired, I cannot even reclaim this much clay and it's going to go to waste, which is what's happening with the chuck right underneath this. Yeah, it got an S crack, and I don't know what to do with that, so I just have to use it for these reasons, or to kind of keep like a planter. But yeah, it's a cracked one. Yeah, that's what we're making. Okay, nice. It's a beautiful marble shape that I see. That's very cute looking. Okay, now let's deal with it inside. Let's do our tap testing just to make sure. Okay, sounds good so far. Now let's just deal with inside. And there is this dent which is somewhere here, so we will see, because I feel like I might have to add. This just happened because of our bat, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. That was a beautiful swirl. You are 8. What do you mean you are 8? I didn't get you. Okay. Those are like really nice looking swirls, for sure. No doubt. Okay. I feel like there are some spots that it is off-centered. See those nice, beautiful swirls? That means it is perfect right now. Perfectly dried, just the way we want. Sometimes I have to go a little faster because that gives me an idea of how much centered this one is, and if it is off-centered, I get to shave off too much, like a bit more clay. Okay, nice. Yay. We're getting so close of getting the foot part, but I still have no clue how to fix this. There's a bump from the bat, which I just popped it. I don't know why I did. Now I feel like how to cover it. I guess I need to work with a piece of clay, and then I have to patch it. And like, okay, oops, where is it? That was it. Where is it? Okay, let's take one more. I'm taking like a bit softer clay, and like, we can do that later too, but I just wanted to make it look like it's part of it. Hola, it's all gone. That's a good thing. Like, I wish I can do that with this one too, because I really like this. Look at that shape, so pretty. But I can't do this because it's too much dry, which means all the water did not stay. It's dried. If I try to cover it, like on this one, if I'm getting perfect swirls, it's like a good sign that we do have a uh, nice and evenly dried bowl. But on that one, it's completely dry, so I can't fix it anymore other than letting it go for trash, recycle. That's a good thing. As long as my pots, they don't end up in my kiln, and I mean, I wanted them to end up in my kiln only if it's perfect, or only there's not too much of a problem to deal with later on. But if once it is fired, I cannot reclaim the clay. Hiroshim, did you mean that you ate? Yeah, I did. I kind of did. Thank you for asking that. Okay. That one is nice. I still feel like the foot is a bit off here and there. I wanted it to be nice and smooth. So let's do a little bit more shading with this guy. Is it too much like up and down and up and down? Okay. I'm trying to lift up the foot, which is good on one side. I don't know, the shadow is giving you an idea. This side we got like a good lifted up foot. On this side it's flat, but we will see. I mean, it's okay because it is sitting at the bottom, and I'm going to be using this one at my home as long as it is sitting properly on the countertop, which is good. If it's not, then it's not good. I mean, it should touch in all different directions. Oh, look. Did I find a brush piece here? Yeah, I did. Because this one is reclaimed, so it's probably from my previous one, I think. We definitely need a lot of patience with clay. Okay. Oh, looking good right now. Ta-da! There was definitely a lot more on one side and just a little bit on one side. Like I said, it's totally fine. It adds up a bit of accent to our piece. At least that's what let's think of that. Okay. Just a little bit more. And then we're gonna lift this just to make sure if we are shaving off too much, then we have to stop. If not, I think we can continue taking off a little bit more clay. There we go. Okay, time to lift it. Just to double check. Moment of truth right now, how we did the trimming. It was like, ready, 1, 2, 3, fingers crossed. It is still heavy. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's how big, it's like bigger than my face. Definitely. Okay, I'm just double checking walls on all directions. There's still some spots I feel like I can shave. And there's definitely another spot. That's kind of tricky because we don't want that to happen in all sides. So there are some, like this area. Oh, it's really hard to show it to camera, but I will try. I will try, okay? Like in some spots, I feel like this can be taken a bit more clay, just so this becomes a little bit lighter. And on the foot-wise, maybe it's good. Yeah, definitely we don't want it to take too much from the side where, should we do, because now that I have the texture done, should we do it inside? I don't want to do it inside. No way. Or is it chip off? Oh wow, why would that happen? Like, when will that happen? Why? But why? Okay, let's try to come back. I wanted to do this one at the very end because I don't want it to get like the chippings that is going to affect the end product of our clay. So, I mean, I'm so excited how this one turned out. Okay, and let's just flip it once again, just to handle a few spots. Oops! That one was easy, because at least this one is a little bit lighter this time. Okay, I'm gonna go one more time with our metal rib, just to make sure that not taking too much off from one spot. That is definitely uneven. Okay, that's much better. With the metal rib, because it goes all the way from top to the bottom, like there's a wider spot, I get to like make it even definitely from outside. Not even missing one area, I guess. As you see how my hand is moving up and down, that is what we're trying to avoid. Okay, that's nice and smooth. I think there's one more spot here. just do that one more time inside. Hey. Okay, don't jump off. I know, right? It's so good. It feels so good. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right now. I'm going a bit more deeper, I feel like, especially with the foot, but I wanted to get it soft and smooth and nice. I'm attempting to do that. Just one more, okay? Let's just do one more because I feel like there's a spot that we can get it through. Okay, moment of truth. I think I'm gonna be putting it on this one and then we'll see how it goes. Just to make sure so that we can cover it from the angle where we're putting this. Fingers crossed. I mean, look at that. Okay, I think this gives an idea. Okay, and oh yay, look at that. Sitting very beautifully well. Right? Nice. Okay. And then let us just tackle the top slowly. I don't want it to do definitely too fast. What I'm trying to do is like I'm gonna take with my metal rib and I'm going to make it like go soft because let me show you once again. Look at that. It's kind of like a bit double walled at the top, so that's what we're trying to like clear it. Ooh, okay. Let's take our metal, metal rib to start with, and then we will use the softer version. I definitely need extra hand here. I'm making it like round so that it won't be sharp. Beautiful. Thank you, Roshan. I'm really glad you liked it too. Not too fast. Okay. That is so good. Very good. I guess I don't have to use the rubber rib because this one is doing just the perfect way. Ooh, that's good. Okay. I see one spot where can take off a little bit more clay because it's bumpy in one area, so I'm like taking it off. Okay, nice. And like this is where let's try to go with our regular sponge. I'm not making it wet or anything, just to make sure that we are taking off the dirt from there. I'm help me. Oh, okay, you wanted to help me? Thank you. Yeah, I know, like when I'm seeing the other person doing the pottery, I always feel like I wish I'm there to kind of do the clay work too. I do feel that. Okay, smells really good. And let's dust off all the excess. It's cold here, so my nose is going really cold. Okay, let's sweep off the extra clay because when I used my metal drip, I got like, you know, nice, really texture, good texture inside, but then I also have some sharp spots that can be easily brushed if I do it with this one. So just go in between the grooves and like clear off. And like flip it over once we're done with like sweeping inside. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay, good. I don't know how many days it will take me to make the yeah, I know, it's very satisfying for sure. How many days will it take to get this one glazed? But I'm so excited for sure. There's still some of the areas where I feel like need some special tool, or maybe I should lift this. This finish, yeah, this is finish. This one is finished. Look at that. Okay, I'm showing it a bit more closer so that in case if we need to reference it later. Here's the bowl. This is the inside. Like really big, I have to take it back, and then for you to see the texture, I have to bring it closer. And then this is the side. Boy, this is heavy. I feel like I'm a weightlifter right now, lifting this bowl. And then this is the other side. Should we carve something? Because I feel like I'm so tempted to do some work on this area, because we do have a nice, cute little texture on this side. I wanted to do some work on this side too, just to make it look pretty on the bottom side. Okay, so I do have a few ideas, which is using my metal rib. We can let this, we can let the design, what do you guys think? Like, should I continue with flowing the same design on this side so that it looks more even back and forth? Or should I just do like a new design? Or I do also have another idea where's my tools? Where are my tools? Come on. Okay, I do have, not this guy. That's what I try to avoid. Sometimes they just go all over. But, where is the tool that I'm looking for? I think I might have dropped it. But the way that how we did it on these ones, I love these. So should we go with this one or the design that we have on this one? Like I wanted to carve it because right now it's actually perfect texture. So yeah, I don't know. I have to decide. Maybe let's do with the metal grip. Okay? Because we can make it consistency look wise. So let's just do a circle. And then, okay, this is where we can use this. We need to do it like a little deeper. A little deeper because when we glaze it, that's where it's going to look. I wanted to see the texture too, so. Okay. And then this is this price. How much do you want to pay for this? How much would you pay for like this big one? You tell me. Okay, so I just got like 4 petals right now, just for the reference sake, and then I start building up from there. For some reason, the wheel just goes just to a different spot where I wanted it to go from. Like, if I wanted it to stop at petal number 3, it just goes all over. Okay, that's nice. I kind of hope, like once it's glazed, that's where it just goes like completely unnoticed at times. And I don't want that to happen, so I guess it's going to be, like I never work too much with the clay. Wow, okay. I don't know how much probably would that be, but good. Nice, thanks. And then I just start, well, like I'll be building it like that. Let me bring you guys closer so that you get to see this super close, because I feel like I'm having so much fun here, but I wanted you to experience that. Okay. Okay, come on. Sorry. Bring this one. Okay, and then bring this camera a little closer. Hope you can see that. Okay, come on. Okay. I know it's kind of like a different shade on the camera, but trust me, it's not that. It's very beautiful for the direct look, but on the camera, it's doing some magic. I mean, not in a good way, for sure. Okay, right, so we just got this far. Brush off so that we don't have the clay stuck back in our piece. And like I want it to go probably a bit more the same pattern. Let's just do petal by petal, okay? That way we can be consistent. Okay, let's build up from there. Actually, I didn't want it to do, so I tried this, but I wanted to do it like the opposite, but it's too late right now. I mean, I can try differently, but we'll see. Like that I would want to do. Like we're building off of like the opposite or the next ones. But it's like abstract design, so I think we can go either direction we like. Hey. I hope our design just sticks right after glazing as well, which is the process that makes it food safe. Like if I wanted to use it for liquids, well, technically I don't have to place any liquids in this one because it's really big bowl. I wanted to use this one as a fruit bowl, so we can just get it stick with a regular glaze, I guess, meaning underglaze. That is, yeah. But it's gonna be really sharp, so we'll see. I don't have any space here. I'll lose my control if I do from bottom to the top. Hey. I'm running into tricky situations and spots. Okay. is looking really good, but we did miss a few spots. Once it's done completely glazing, your children, where are going? Oh yeah, they're getting ready to school for tomorrow, so they're getting they went to bed, and I'm having my peaceful time. I love to have them around me when I'm doing the clay and live process because they're my live audience. I love their company, but yeah, they have to get ready to school tomorrow, so. Yep, the same. Went to bed. We covered everywhere. Yep, we did cover. Okay, I wanted to kind of go down at the bottom. Okay, like a good stopping point. Where did this all came from? Like the brush ones. Okay. There are small particles of clay that is stuck inside our design. I'm trying to like gently clean it. Ta-da! Okay, again, this is our beautiful piece. This is, I wish I can add like a nice focal point. Ah! Okay, sorry I put like too much weight on one side. But ta-da! This is like the closer look. And that's towards the side. Look at that, that's giant. And then flip it back. And like, this is our inside design. Ooh, that's looking so good. But thank you for watching today's live. That's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for joining. We'll probably see you in our next live. Thank you. Bye.